Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 7 in the NFL, and this is our regular segment that we do with Doug Upzone, false favorites and top underdogs. I'm assuming that we're going to hear Doug mention the Jets-Patriots game as one of his games this week, but we will see. Doug Upzone, thanks for being back with us. How did you do in this segment last week?
Oh, Peter, for the second time this season, we had a clean sweep. Got all three of them right, all underdogs,
Nice.
that all won outright.
Awesome.
So that takes us to 13-5 for the year, 72.2%. Hey, things are looking very good in this segment, as you said.
All right, that's awesome, Doug Upzone. Congratulations. I'm almost certain we're going to hear you mention the Jets-Pats game, but we will see. What is your first top underdog or false favorite for NFL Week 7?
Well, I'm going to keep you in a little bit of suspense, at least here, Peter, on that particular choice. So we're going to go with a false favorite, and that is going to be on St. Louis this week. Now, the Cleveland Browns are 4-2, but with a little bit of pass defense, especially late in games, they could be 4-2. Having the ability to beat both San Diego and Denver. But the fact of the matter is that they didn't get the job done, and their defense surrendered, their pass defense surrendered in those two games, 604 yards. Now, they're going to play a St. Louis team that does not have those capabilities. St. Louis is 31st in the passing offense, and they're dead last in total offense among all teams in the NFL, which certainly will help Cleveland because they're 30th in total defense overall. When I look at this game, the other important element is the two quarterbacks. Now, it's not like Josh McCown is any big star, but when you look at all the key stats in this particular matchup, he is head and shoulders above Nick Foles in every particular category. I think 5.5 is just too many points with St. Louis, and the Browns are 9-1 coming off 9-1 against the spread, I should say, coming off a loss. I'm going to say that Cleveland can maybe win the game, but it'll certainly be under 3 points.
Yeah, I hear you, Doug. I'll tell you what. I really want to take St. Louis here, but I didn't bet it yet because 5.5 points just seems like it might be too much. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do about it, but I certainly can't disagree with anything you said. Could easily see a St. Louis win of less than 5.5 points. All right, Doug Upzone, what's your second top dog or false favorite for NFL Week 7?
We're going to go with a top dog, Peter, and this one, I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. And yes, you are correct. I am on the New York Jets.
Yes, of course.
The Jets are 4-1 straight up and against the spread and have not won a regular season game in Foxborough in 6 years, are nearly double-digit favorites, and they can't wait to play the Patriots this week. Now, the Jets players might not be aware that their team has covered 4 in a row when catching 9 or more points at New England. But we do know, and I'm sure they do too, they have played the Patriots on even terms and go into this game with the top defense in the NFL and a top 8 offense. Now, the grumpy Patriots, they're always looking for some sort of edge to get them fired up. And my guess, if Kate Upton was wearing a green and white bikini and photographed this week, that would get them upset and make them mad. Well, whatever. I don't really care. In this game, I think this is a boatload of points. And for a boatload of points for New England, I think it's just going to be too many. And I think in the end, that the Jets are going to take this one and make it a 4 or 6 point ball game.
Yeah, it seems a little bit too obvious. I mean, even when the Jets had crappy teams, they would play the Pats close. Now they have a legitimately impressive team, and they're getting 9 points. Seems like a big value there, but maybe it's that high for a reason. Maybe we're all going to get burned. But as of right now, I'm completely agreeing with you. I sort of knew you were going to pick that game as one of your games. What's your third top underdog or false favorite for NFL Week 7, Doug?
My third one will be a false favorite, Peter, and that's going to be Miami this week. Now, last week I was enthralled with the Dolphins, and they certainly did the job. 38-10 over Tennessee, played their most complete game of the season, and did basically everything right that they need to do. But this week, old habits die hard, and Miami has been a lousy home team for a number of years. How lousy, you ask? 13-30-1 against the spread since 2005 as a favorite. Now they're going to be playing Houston, and the spread has already come down from 5.5 down to 4. But in this particular instance, I'm not going to be concerned with that. The earlier matchup, when they were favorites against Buffalo, it went from -2.5 down to a pick, and they were blasted 41-14. Now, I absolutely love the energy that this team brought last week, referring to the Dolphins. Everything that they did really looked good, but they're playing a Houston team who they have never beaten, Peter. 7 times they played. They've lost all 7, only covered twice. And Houston is also a perfect 3-0 straight up and against the spread in Miami. I think that Houston's going to get the money here, and Miami is a false favorite.
Yeah, I can certainly see that. This one has me scratch my head a little bit because I loved both Houston and Miami last week. I identified both of them as plays that I liked in my weekly parlay wrap-up show. Now they're playing each other this week, and both have the both have the same momentum and positives that we saw from last week. And I'm just not sure what to make of the spread. Could certainly see a value play with Houston getting all those points. Doug Upstone, interesting thoughts as always. Thanks so much. Talk to you again next week.